Let's take a listen. This is it. She's interesting because she says that she stays home. Her husband works. She takes a lot of heat from other women for that. But just take a listen to what she has to say about why every woman needs a man in her life.
Honestly, the reason why women say they don't need a man is so that they can look cool to their girlfriends. Like, you want to look impressive. You want to look like you can work in the world, because women judge other women the most. Like, I don't even think it's the patriarchy holding us down. I'm pretty sure it's the matriarchy. Like, all of the disdain that is, I get looked down upon for staying home and depending on my husband all the time. All the people call me lazy. People call me a gold digger. Women shouldn't put each other down in that way. Like, you're probably just mad that you have to work. Like, I would hate me too if I was in that situation. It's to look like you're valuable to your girlfriends. The thing about it is that girlfriends aren't real though. Like, we're all waiting to get picked up by some guy. So if your girlfriends figure out the game before you do, you're gonna be by yourself hanging out at the bar at 35. Like, that is a foolish plan. But
it's like every time I watch one of these videos, it's like I start out in agreement and then it keeps going and I'm like, oh no. And then I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, no. And it's like, I just can't, I don't know what it is about it. But, okay. So a few things she says here that are true. Number one, women do judge the hell out of other women. I worked on The View. A lot of estrogen going on there. I also worked on a show at Fox that was all women. Women are tough on other women. In fact, some of the most, what's the word that I use here? Some of the most venomous bosses I've had have been female. There's a lot of competition in the air. There's a lot of judgment. There's a lot of focus on, people always think it's the guys that focus on the physical appearance of women. No one will criticize a woman like a woman. I mean, she will get down to the bobby pin in the back of your hair that is not in right. Guys won't even notice that. Guys don't notice 90% of what's wrong. I'll leave the house and I'll look at my husband. I'll be like, oh, babe, you see how that little, he's like, what are you talking about? Girl will spot a zit on your face a mile away and be like, girlfriend didn't get that cream from CVS. You know it, Natalia. You know it.
It's true. Girls know how to criticize other girls very well because they deal with it. Yes. They get ready every day. They know the struggle. Your eyebrows are uneven. Ouch. That really hurt my feelings. You know?
They're mean. Girls can be very mean.
Yes.
So I'm not saying guys can't be mean. Of course, there's some guys. Girls have telling you, man, the mean girls. You know that movie, Mean Girls? The mean girls and the adult mean girls. Next level stuff. So they can be very mean, very, very mean to other women. So she's right about that. I don't think that women say they don't need a man because they're trying to like impress their girlfriends, though. I think that line comes out of you coming out of a bad situation. Like when you say, I don't need a man, oftentimes it's because you just had one, you got burned, you were in a bad situation, and now you're in that like, I'm going to go out. I'm going to get my hair cut and colored. I'm going to put on an outfit. I'm going to go to the club. I'm going to feel like a rock star. Screw him. I don't need him. Blah, 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 blah. I don't need a man. I think that's oftentimes where that comes out of. I don't know any women that sit around and say, I don't need a man because like they want their girlfriends to pat them on the back. I think it's more like, I don't need a man because you've just been through it. And now you want to be like, you're going through the emotions, the feels, as we call them. You break up with somebody, it's never easy for a woman. You always got the nostalgia. You've got the like, I hate him, but I still love him. You've got the, do I get back with him? All of a sudden, everything he ever did that was bad doesn't seem as bad. And all the stuff he ever did that was good seems like he was like the guy from The Notebook. The romantic music plays way too often in the background. We're like staring out the car window, like tossing our hair. I mean, we do it. Let's own it. We do it. Very complex creatures, as I say. But yeah, I think it's like you come out of that and you want to like, you're like, no, I need to hate him right now. I need to hate him. That's where I need to be. So I don't need a man. It's a lot of that, I think. If we're being honest, got to be honest. Mm-hmm. The thing that bothered me that she says, see, she's got me, right? And I'm like, yeah, woohoo, yeah, I'm rooting for her. And then she said, like, girlfriends aren't real. I don't think that's true. I think there's circumstances where like girls have a pack of girlfriends that are like their sisterhood. That exists. I have my two best friends. I have one girl and I have one guy. The girl, like I've known her since the 6th grade. She's like my sister. Like I don't have an actual sister, so she's my sister. And there's nothing I don't tell her. Like I tell her too much. Sometimes she's like, Jed, man, I tell her everything. She's seen it all. Let's just say that. Heard it all. And I love that. So the idea that like girlfriends aren't real, we're all waiting to be picked up by some guy. I
I wouldn't say we were waiting. I wouldn't say we're waiting to be picked up, but essentially like we're working on ourselves so that we're able to have somebody valuable enough in our eyes to not pick us up but choose us of other women out there.
I think that would have been a better way to say what the way this read to me is a bunch of girls are supposedly friends hanging out at the club, but they're not really real friends. They're all waiting to see like who the guy's going to pick, and that's the sole motivation. I don't
also when you go out to the club or go out, essentially like when men look at girls, they look at their group of girls because they're like, okay, well, pretty girls hang around pretty girls. You don't see like pretty girls around like, so essentially like when you are going out like with a whole bunch of girls, you are like, I can see why there would be like, yeah, we're friends, but not really, because we're all looking for the top tier guy in the room. So that's why like I have 2 friends too. I only got 2 friends. I don't have no pack of friends. I'm like, oh man, too many pack of friends get you in trouble. So
that's true.
It's
keep the circle small. Good advice.
Yes.
Good advice. Keep the circle small. Yeah, I guess that could apply if it's like more acquaintancy, like people you hang out with, as opposed to like a real friend.
Exactly.
So maybe a little caveat there would have helped. But I actually don't think, I mean, listen, I do think a lot of girls are looking for, this is another thing with the language that bugs me. I think there are a lot of women, you want to find your partner, right? Most people want to find their partner, if you're being honest. So I think you are out and you're like, you got your eye open and you're hoping that you're going to make a good match. And you're looking to see, oftentimes you want the guy to come up to you, right? So you want that guy, that right guy, to kind of like, you scan the room, you're looking around, and you want them to come over to you. Because you're looking for something, you want to make something happen. That's a different way than saying we're all waiting to be picked up by some guy. Do you see what I'm just saying with the language even? Because she makes great points here. This girl is going to turn off a lot of women with this language, because now they're going to get defensive, right? They're going to get defensive. There are women out there that are programmed to get defensive, right? They just are. They've got the feminist talking points in their head, like rattling them all day long. Maybe they would talk down to at one point. Whatever the situation in their past was, they are like vulnerable to that defense, like hit a button and like, rawr. They're going to come back and be like, don't tell me I'm just here waiting for some man. Don't make it like it's all about the man's decision. What if I want to go to him? Those same women, of course, if you say, well, do you go to him? They'll say, well, no, I'm not going to go to him. I got to wait for him to come in. What kind of man's going to make me go to him? It's craziness. It's all crazy. Bottom line, just, think about how you say stuff. If you're concerned about bringing more people into the loop. If you're not, more power to her. If you like the short clip, you can catch another one here, or you can catch the full episode right here.